Travel is finally starting to wind down from the Labor Day holiday, and Georgia State Patrol says its troopers stayed busy on the roads over the weekend. The latest numbers put out from GSP were put out on Monday night. They show more than 200 crashes since Friday evening. The agency also reports 124 people hurt, and at least 11 people on Georgia's roads over the weekend were killed. Troopers also initiated 371 investigations for driving under the influence. Here with a look at the weekend on the road is Captain Crystal Zion with Georgia State Patrol. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. How do these figures compare to what you projected before going into the weekend?
They're right on par with what, unfortunately, we expect during a holiday. I mean, we would love to see no fatalities, no injuries, no crashes, but unfortunately, that wasn't the case. We ended up with 15 fatalities across the state.
Do you know what single factors caused the deaths over the holiday? Was it speeding, impaired driving, or distractions?
Just on preliminary right now, it's failure to maintain lane, failure to yield, and we had 2 pedestrian fatalities.
Wow, okay. So this year, GPS deployed 49 new troopers right before the holiday weekend. How did their presence help things out a little bit on the roads?
I think they made a huge difference. I mean, all in all, as a department, we stopped almost 20,000 vehicles over the weekend for various things like distracted driving, failure to wear seatbelt, and DUI.
Yeah. As we said, Georgia State Patrol investigated 371 DUI cases, but also logged about 580 distracted driving incidents. What does that tell you about drivers' behaviors over the holiday period?
Well, we asked them to find those sober drivers, and evidently they didn't. And actually, our final number for DUIs was 425. We wish that people would use those Ubers, use those Lyfts, find a sober driver, because DUI really is a contributing factor to crashes and fatalities.
From your perspective, impaired driving, is that still one of the most stubborn challenges that you have during the holiday period?
It really is. We ask people, we put out that safety messaging, asking for them to find alternatives, and we really hope that they would, and then sometimes they just don't make that decision.
Now we got a little bit of a break between now and Thanksgiving. I guess it would be the next major time that you'll have a whole bunch of people on the roads. What's your top message to drivers as they get prepared for the next big holiday weekend?
It's really the same one that we do every holiday period, and that is wear those seat belts. They really do make a difference. Put that cell phone down. It is so distracting, and we find so many crashes. That's a contributing factor. And also impaired driving. Please, if you make the decision to whatever it is, please find a driver. Use that Uber app or that Lyft app, whatever the case is, to find you an alternative to get where you're going, and make sure you get there safely.
You would think that would be the case, right, with all these Waymos and Ubers and things like that, but people would take that as some advice. But people are brave enough to try to get on the road after having a night of celebration, huh?
Yes, sir. I wish they wouldn't, but everybody in the public, they can continue to follow us on our social media platforms at GADPS, and we'll give out that information in reference to safety and the numbers.
Yeah, hoping that they'll take your warning. Now, which is, I know you got Thanksgiving to look forward to and Christmas. I guess, is Thanksgiving a little bit bigger as far as folks on the road than Christmas time?
It is. Usually there's more people on the road for Thanksgiving and Christmas just because they're such big holidays. And those holiday periods sometimes can get a little bit longer, 5 days instead of 4 days. So yes, we're looking at more traffic, and we'll get those numbers out soon on what the expectations are.
Crystal Zion, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate your insight, and thanks for keeping us safe on the roadways out there.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care.